Hey everybody, welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to have you here. Glad to be here. In the background, we got Joey. Maybe we got Lisa too. Don't know. She could be doing some other stuff in the background as well. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. We are supposed to get some snow in Long Island tonight. Listen, y'all up north, y'all can keep all that. We got cloudy. What's today? We're gonna have about 70 degrees today, but it's gonna rain in about 5 hours. That's what it says. So we're not getting any snow. We're gonna get some rain. I can hear Glenn say Cafe Bustelo. Here's my Cafe Bustelo. Got my Cafe Bustelo in the cup that I got from the store. All right, the cup that we got from the store. All right. Hi, Glenn from Andover, Massachusetts. Hello from Iowa. Hello from everywhere. Eton, thank you for tuning in from Israel. How many people we got in the room? I don't think the alert probably did go out. I got 160 people. Listen, we got a lot of great stuff to cover today. We're going to talk about this rebound that's going on in the market and if it's worth it for you to think about getting in. Number one. Number two, as always, every week I do give you some stocks to take a look at it. Share this with everybody on your social circles, because in this time in the market, where the market's going up and it's going down, it's going every which way, there's a lot of confused people out there in the market. Let's get them on the right track, just like you are as part of VV Nation. So I need you guys to share this link. Joey will put it in the link in the chat for you. Share the link that you'll see in the chat. Share it with everybody that's on your social circles. Let's get more people in here. Let's educate a lot more people and have a little fun all at the same time. If you're all for that type of one in the room, if you're all for that type of one in the room, listen, I like to have a little fun while we're doing the business, which is real business, which is your money. But I like to put some levity into it. And today we got a couple of things that we're going to do. So let's get this party started, folks. Let's get this party started. And for everybody who's those people that sit in the back of the room and never chat, you can type a one in the room as well. All right. You can type a one in the room. I don't even need to talk to you, but just type a one. RJ told me to type two. RJ's not here. RJ, you know something? I don't even know if RJ ever comes to any of my live streams. He's on the Jockey Club. RJ, are you here under a different name as RJ? I just want to know because I don't know. All right. So with that, I got 234. I'm going to look at the count. I'm looking to get us up to 300 people, folks. I'm looking to get us up to 300 people. All right. Let's talk about what's going on in the market. We got to bounce, but do we? Let's get into the software. But do we? Here is the VectorVest composite, which tracks the movement of over 8,000 stocks. I'm sorry, over 9,000 stocks, right? And look at this. See that? That's today. So a nice bounce in the market, green bar, but what did you see at the top of the candle? A wick, a big wick, which means that a lot of people, even though the market had the propensity to go up today, there's a lot of people getting out. There's a lot of people either covering their shorts, pulling out of their stocks. So as we watched pre-market, as we watched the market open, this is the kind of thing that people need to see. People say, man, right, we're going to go rocking and rolling and because the market's moving up. Look at that. The market's giving a lot of that back. How many in the room are already still, like me, still holding on to your contras? Type of me in the room. How many of you, even with today's move, did not get out of your contras and you're holding your contras? Type of me in the room. I am still holding on to my couple of contras as well. Today just didn't feel like it really wanted to rock and roll enough, number one. Number two, nothing in the VectorVest system said that it was time to buy stocks today. Now, if you're not in contras, will I tell you to buy contras today? Not if the market is moving higher. Remember, the VIX is still high. And with a high VIX, we still have an opportunity to turn around and go back up. Let me talk to you about that for a second. Let's go put this on intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. This is the market today. And let's go take off, use extended hours. Let's go intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. Look at this move today. Look at this move. And that's because the VIX is high. Look at the gap up that we had at the market open. Man, and everybody was jumping on board going, woo, we're going to back up the truck and we're going to make us a buck. I need to patent that. Joey, send that into the patent office so we can patent that. Back up the truck to make us a buck. There's a lot of other things that you can say, but I'm not that kind of guy. All right? I'm not that kind of guy. And John is right. That was a big gap coming in out of the weekend into today. And look at that gap up and look at that move. We leveled out right at the high at about what time this morning? At about 10:20 this morning. Boom. Look at the move since then. Have we faded the gap though yet? Not yet. So this still tells me I got a level of support today, the gap level of 57.16. Can the market still have the opportunity to bounce back up today? The answer to that is yes. But given where we are right now, a lot of people still are holding on to their contras. And right now, as we watch the market fall, those contras are sitting in the weeds going, come on, here we go. Go ahead. Make my day. And you know something? If we break down below this level of the gap, we may be able to make your day as far as that goes. So just out, Palantir cuts 2% of the staff to cut costs. And you know something? I'm a big fan. I just did a video on Palantir. I still think that Palantir is a great stock. A lot of people still don't understand what it's all about. It's a great stock, but these things are going to happen. But you know something? Normally, Mark, what we've seen most recently when people are cutting staff, being looked at as a positive sign, and the stock tends to go up because people are saying they're doing what they need to do to save the bottom line. So I was in Palantir. I made a couple of bucks. I got out. I'm waiting for a better opportunity to go back in. What are the fundamentals driving this market as inflation rates and wages are rising? So what are the biggest thing? I don't know if it's a fundamental thing. I think what's really moving the market is that inflation is slowing. But is it? I put that in air quotes. What's really moving the market to the upside is what I call irrational exuberance. I've said it on more than one occasion. That's what's moving the market. Because Jersey guy, there's nothing on the bullish side that says it's okay to buy stocks and for the market to move higher. I'm going to put this back on a 3-month graph. All right. Give back today, but what is this called? This is called the wedge. It's a level of the market just consolidating, and it's going to break one way or the other. It's going to break one way or the other, and we're going to look for that. But from that perspective, Jersey guy, confirmed call. We're in a confirmed down call, and we have been since 221. That's our slowest call. We've got our middle of the road call, the DEW. We're down as well on the same day. We got our faster market timing call called the primary wave, and we're down. Notice that all three of our calls, all three of our main calls, all went down on the same day, 221.23. So Jersey guy, if no matter what you see is going on out in the world telling you that, you know, hey, this market's going up and it's going, I got nothing here in the VectorVest system. And that's why you guys are here. I got nothing in the VectorVest system saying that it's okay to buy stocks right now. Now, when the market did move up, did our market timing calls coincide with the market's move? Absolutely. But I've got nothing right now coinciding with the market trying to make a move. And right now, we're pushing further and further. Notice that the 3 is pulling further away from the 8 here as well. So that's what we got. I have only made money on PLTR to the short side. I've made money on Palantir to the upside just as a trade, not more so yet. Not more so yet as a longer term play. And I still feel that it's a great play longer term, just not in the current market's conditions. All right, so that's what's going on in the market today graphically. Let's talk about some news that's pushing the market in that direction. And let's go out to my stories. Here we go. And let's start off with, this is going to be the economy the week ahead. So let's talk about, I want to go back to Jersey guy's question in regard to what do we have that's going to push the market in either direction. We're going to start off with Tuesday. We have the Case-Shiller National Home Price Index. We got home information on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have Institute of Supply Management release surveys of PMI. It's not PMI, but Purchasing Managers Measuring Activity in U.S. Manufacturing Sector. Thursday, European news, and I don't want to know about what the European do. The bloc's consumer prices were 8.6% higher in January. Good gravy. Inflation is still a big problem. And on Friday, S&P Global and Institute for Supply Management released February surveys. It's not a whole lot. It looks like more so housing stuff than anything. All right, how to find the stock inverse? Well, we've got inverse. We've got in here, Glenn. Let's see, Glenn. That's more of a bullish pennant. Do you think so? Let's go look at that again. Let's go back to the graph. Is that a bullish pennant? Yes or no? Type it in the room. Is that a bullish? And if that's the case, is this the flagpole? Is this a bullish pennant? And if so, I thought, well, it would be if I looked at this level right here. I think it would be. That would, but it broke down below that. It did break. If I'm looking at this as a bullish pennant, I thought it's got to have one solid, not draw down line of support right here, right? If that's the case, it broke down below it. Is that so? Now I'm looking at this more as a wedge more so than a pennant. I think, but I could be wrong. All right. Nonetheless, it does look like a wedge, but it does look like it is rising. I still think right now, look at that. Look at more giveaway happening right there. If we break below this level of 57.16 on the VectorVest composite, I think that we've got more legs to the downside going. I think we've definitely got more legs to the downside going. But notice that the body right now is right at that level. Until we break below that level, we're going to sit, whether it's a pennant or whether it's a wedge, we're still consolidating or pulling down. All right. So I wanted to take a look at that. All right. So that's what's going on. And when I look at that, and I know, here's the fun part. And when I know that the market is just giving me a lot of the same stuff over and over, that we got a lot of bearish markets still ahead of us, this is why I feel like.
No, God, please, no, no, no.
Something, Joey. Did y'all get to hear the audio on that? I didn't hear the audio on that. Did you hear the audio on that? That's what it makes me feel like, because that's what we're going to hear over and over, that we've got a hawkish Fed, that he's going to raise the interest rates and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was the office. Did you hear, or you did hear, you heard it? I didn't hear it on my part, but that was part of the fun. We're playing around with some of that stuff. Joey made that for me. I wanted it. Joey made that for me. And how many of you feel the same way? Type of one. You know, as you look at what's going on, how many of you feel the same exact way? You know, you just hear, and then you watch the market go up and you go, why? And then you hear that, well, the Fed's going to continue to raise rates, whether it's quarter point, 50, whatever. How many of you feel the same way? It's just over and over and over. All right. So with that, let me get back into it. Good. I'm glad. And again, Joey helped me with that. Actually, I didn't do anything for it. Joey did all of that. All right. Thank you, Joey. And they did hear I didn't hear the audio, but they did. They did. I didn't hear it. All right. So that's the economy for the week ahead. Real quick, let's go through the rest of my stories. Again, more of the same. More. I know. Wow. Jersey guy is right. Some people out there really can't handle the truth. This is why I want to get 300 people in the room. We almost got there. I still need y'all to push for it. We almost got there, but there's some people out there that want to hear what they want to hear, and they can't handle the truth. And that's true. That's true. All right. So March will bring bear market risk for U.S. stocks, Morgan Stanley says. How about this? UMP shake up. The president is stepping down. The CEO is stepping down. UMP's board is scouting for a candidate to fill the shoes of the CEO. You know something? That's one of the things that can move a stock, especially if the stock is not going in the right direction. Change it up. Shake it up a little bit. Shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby. You know what they need to do? They need to twist and shout. What are you going to type in the room? Twist and shout. I'm going to say, come on, baby. What are you going to type in the room? Come on, baby. Let's go and work it all out. What you going to type in the room? Work it all out. All right. So the distance in the time is too far, so you couldn't keep up. That's fine. All right, but that could be good for UMP. All right, going forward. Next one. How many of you are still trading Zim? Ooh, and this is a good story in regards to that because I keep hearing, how many of you are still trading Zim? Maybe Pothole Pete should be, we ain't going down that path. All right, we're not going down that path. I'm busy. Tell UMP to get the next candidate. All right, they are, Mark. AD Trent said bought today. I'm going to take a look at it. We're going to take a look at that stock. How many of you still hold Zim? All right, and if you do, a lot of people are holding it for, a lot of you are holding it for the dividend. I want to show you something. The dividend is real, but, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff here. The bottom line, I want you to, for anybody who's holding Zim still, who said that? Maria, look at this. The bottom line was that the shareholders lost more value in the underlying stock than they gained from the dividend on the ex-dividend date. On top of that, they have an income tax bill since dividends are usually taxed as income unless it's qualified dividend, which is taxed at a long-term capital rate. Be careful with, I made, when that dividend first came out and it was a hot stock, I made some money on it and then they took a lot of that money back as far as my dividend. But just be careful with it. I lost 75% of my money, but I'm still getting my dividend. Priceless. So evidently the story talks about what you just typed in, John. That's what I wanted to get across. That's what I wanted to get across on the story. That's a lot of dividend being paid, but is it worth it? A Jersey guy, I'm thinking that as of right now, it might be. It might be a dividend trap. I think there's a lot other stocks that are out there that are much better from a dividend perspective. But if the stock is going down, tremendously, and the dividend you're getting is not able to recover that, at some point in time, you've got to make that decision. All right, another story. Pfizer in talks to buy cancer drug Seagen. Anytime its company can be still big enough to go buy another company, that's a good thing. Pfizer's got a lot of stuff in their pipeline outside of COVID stuff. Now let's talk about some EVs. Here's a story. Fisker confirms Ocean EV deliveries will begin in spring. It's on track to build more than 40,000 cars in 2023. I'm on the EV bandwagon, but you heard me say what's the rubber that meets the road is if they can provide the inventory. Fisker's on track to say they can. Now, other companies in this space, shares of EV makers plunge on disappointing reports because they're not meeting up to expectation. Those three are Nikola, Ride, and Lucid. Lordstown Motors, Nikola, and Lucid. Lucid, I still like as a company, but if a company says it expects to build 10,000 of its 14,000 of its luxury sedans this year, well below what it had anticipated. No matter how good an EV company looks or what they talk about, when it comes down to it, can they get the cars on the road? Fisker's battery have a long range. You know, the car that had the longest range, Drew, that I found was the Lucid. The Lucid car had the longest range out there. John says, William O'Neill said 30 years ago, it's not worth losing your money and counting on a dividend to bail you out. I agree with that. Roger says, I bought Zim before the huge dividend last year, then dumped it. I made money last year on that dividend, and I haven't been in there as well. Jersey guy says, EV are consumer discretionary as consumer debt rises? Good question. So I addressed that because if you follow me on Twitter, there's a couple of companies out there. Tesla's one of them. There was another company that I put out on Twitter that's addressing the high costs of EVs. The costs are coming down, Jersey guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. More and more companies who are trying to get into this space or get a bigger share of the pie outside of Tesla are going to have to do that. Now, companies like Lucid, who have a luxury car, they're going after a different niche. And for those people who have the money, they're going to go out there and buy the cars. Notice that they are not anticipated to put out as many cars nearly as Tesla because they have their own niche. The people that have the money will buy them, Jersey guy. That's the way that'll go. Lucids are way expensive. And you know, like I just said, Reginald, they've got a niche. Your take on Mullen. I did a video on Mullen. Mullen is messy right now. That was the video, Messy Mullen. Go check that out. on Mullen right now. All right, I may need to do an update video on EVs and which EVs I like the most, which have the most upside potential. I may do that next week. All right, Mullen will be in that story, Mark. All right, I don't think that that's a bad thing to talk about. I saw another Rivian the other day. The front looks weird. I've got a lot of Teslas in my area. All right, talking about another EV, Lee drives higher on robust Q1 outlook. So they're are they getting the cars to where they need to get to? Are they supplying the inventory? All of that stuff. Lee looks like they are. Q1 to be between 52,000 and 55,000 vehicles. That's a lot of cars. That's a lot of freaking cars. All right, so that's a good thing. I heard someone mention back when autos first came out that there were 2,000 car makers worldwide. I can't go out of my area without seeing a Tesla. There's a lot of Teslas. All right, and last but not least, here's Tesla. Tesla's German plant hits 4,000 cars per week. So what is that? That's 16,000 a month. That's 192,000 cars in a year. Is my math right? Is my math right? What's 4,000 times 52 per week? Let me go do that real quick. What's 4,000? Somebody do the math. What's 4,000 times 52? Is it 208? That's a lot of cars. And that's why Tesla's the big boy and everybody's still trying to go after them. That's a lot of cars, folks. It's 208,000. That's a lot of cars. And that's just in one plant. That's just in one plant. Whew. Tesla's the big boy. That's why everybody's going after them. All right. So, and then one story from our VectorVest site under blogs is about Pepsi. Price increases bolster PepsiCo's earnings, but what does that mean for investors? Warren Buffett has made a fortune in Chinese electric car company, BYD. He says they're bigger than Tesla in China. Paul, he can say that, but there's nothing that I can find that says that they are bigger than Tesla. Now, you said in China. I don't think, when I can see in whether it's in the Shanghai manufacturing plant or in the German, I don't think anybody's producing more cars than Tesla. Paul, unless you got something that tells me that, unless I can find something that says that, I don't know if I totally agree with that. All right. And Drew says Warren sold his BYD. I just don't think that anybody is bigger than Tesla. They've been at it longer. I think it was Charlie Munger who was pro BYD. Buffett has also trimmed his BYD. Yeah, I don't think anybody makes any more. I don't think anybody's a bigger spot in any country than Tesla for EVs. All right, so those are my stocks. Let's go peep them out. Isn't BYD a casino company, Boyd Gaming? No, I think it's two different companies, Mark. I think it's two different companies. I think. Before I go off on a tangent and be wrong, I think they're two different companies. All right, let's go look at the markets today. So we saw that on our graph. The market is giving back a lot, but they're still up. What's the biggest mover is the Qs. The tech stocks are up about 1%, followed by the spiders up about 0.75%, followed by the Russell 2000 up about 0.7. Our composite is up 0.6. So everything is up, even though the graph shows we're giving back a lot. I think that we may get to that level of support, and because the VIX is high, VIX is falling today, but it's still above the value of 20. We still have a heightened level of volatility in the market. Here's the stocks that we talked about. There's Zim. Looking at all of these stocks by way of our master indicator VST, Zim's at the top of the list. A little bit overvalued. I'm going to call it more fairly valued than not. I just don't know. I'm looking at the, where is it? The dividend. Dividend yield, 104. That's way, way, way out there as far as dividend. If you're going to play it for just the dividend, folks, watch the stock. All right. And if the stock is going down outside of how much you can make in the dividend, you got to be wary of that. Tesla, is up 3.5% today. Number 2 in the list by VST. UNP taking out the CEO. Big move today, up 9%. What about this? Fisker. All right, with the Fisker news, it's up 25% today. Wow, that's a big move. Ride is up. Lucid, it was Ride, Lucid, and Nikola were my 3 worst EVs, but Ride is up today. I'd be careful. Lee, earnings beat, nicely up 3.6%. Pfizer's taking over a company. It's down a little bit today, but they got the money to do that. So those are the stories that are hitting the news. Pfizer's a sell. Ride is a sell. 2 out of the 3 worst stocks on the EV spot are sells. Fisker is a hold. The only stock in here is that it's a buy is Zim. Still, be careful. It's BYDDY in the U.S. Thank you, Larry. See, I love that you guys help me out. How about TK and Tank? Oh, you know, Reginald, I was supposed to look at them. I did not. Side, that's all on me. I did not look to see what the differences were on them. Joey, put that in the chat for me. I put that in the chat for me so I can remember to think about. I got to go check that out. What is the difference between TK and TNK? He'll put that in chat and I'll remember that. Yeah, TNK is going up a lot. I got to find out what the differences are. And I know that there is. It's probably a really small thing, but I'll take a look at it. I will take a look at it. TNK difference. Thank you. All right, so here's the stocks that made the big news. Out of the 10 stocks, 7 of them are going up today. I love Fisker is going up. Let's go. I'm not even going to look at the graphs of these. I do like that Fisker is going up. Hell, I got to look at the graphs. Let me go look at the graphs of these real quick. Put these on a 1-month graph. Wow, Zim, right at a level of resistance and stop. Bottom left, top right, though, on the 1-month graph. Folks, don't go dividend yield chasing on Zim. Just be careful with that. Tesla's leveling out. Wow, UMP, big news on the CEO. Big gap up. Not anywhere fading that gap on big volume. That could be a positive start. It is a closed candle, though. Be careful. If I'm thinking about getting into UMP, I'm probably looking to see if I can take out the 1-month high of 214.77. That's probably where I'd like to go because this is settling. A lot of people made a lot of money on that jump. That's why we got a closed candle, but nowhere near the gap. I like the company. Let's see if it's got the legs to go up, all right? Let's go to the next stock. Wow, Pfizer is just they got to do something. I'm looking at the 1-month graph just going down, down, down. I'm gonna play that again. This is what Pfizer said.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Pfizer's not feeling that. Maybe the buying of the company will help to bolster their portfolio. All right, it will hopefully bolster their portfolio. We'll see. I love that. We're going to get more stuff like that. If you like that, we're going to get more stuff like that. I asked Joey to look into that for me, and we're going to get more stuff for that. What else do I got? That's for Joey. I did the hand clap for Joey. That was well done. All right, Pepsi moving sideways. Lee, big news or jump on the earnings. That was an earnings play, right? Yep, that was an earnings play, but look at the closed candle. A lot of these EVs are feeling the same effect. A lot of these EVs are just, you just woke up, everyone says, Sonny. Larry says he loves it. I got another one. We're going to have like 3 or 4 of them that we're going to be able to play throughout these. Nat breaking out of a cup. Now, I still like the tankers. Nat is one of my favorites. PFE getting hit after the SML. I don't know what the SML, I got to go peep that out. Michael, if you got my email, if you got a copy of that, a YouTube, send it to me in email, glennt@vectorvest.com with 2 N's. Send that to me. I'd like to take that out. I did that routine for Adobe last Thursday, says Mark. Sorry, Mark. All right, Fisker, nice earnings play there. Nice move up. A little bit of a wick at the top. Love the volume. The 3 and 8, I'd wait for the 3-8 to cross, though. It went through 2 levels of resistance and came back below. I like the news. Let's go see if the stock can come to me first. Ride, I'm not feeling it. Lucid, I'm not feeling it. And, of course, Nikola, I'm not feeling that either. All right, so those are the stocks that made the big news this week. I got earnings this week. Hi, Natasha. How you doing? Earnings this week. Not a whole lot. All right, we're getting, what is this? January, February. The end of March will be the end of the first quarter. So we're just getting into March. Not a lot of big names coming out this week, but if I sorted these by safety, not all of these companies look like they're going to be real good to meet or exceed earnings. Look at their earnings growth. A lot of these have negative earnings growth. I like Warby Parker's because I like to go to them to get some glasses. I love their commercials. And they actually have good earnings growth, but fundamentally not sound and overvalued. Tupperware is a name that everybody knows. Undervalued, man, just even all of these stocks, none of them are really good stocks. So it all depends on what they got to say. It all depends on what they got to say. I was shocked to hear Woody say that you listen, Michael, again, send me that. I did not see that. If you can send it to me on Boston, if you've got the SML PFE Pfizer on Saturday Night Live, send that to me. I want to take a look at that. All right, let's go see what industries are moving. Let's go to Unisearch. Let's go see what industries are moving. Delta searches industries. Let's go see what industries are moving. Boom, 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 boom. We got down to 227. You guys must have got tired of listening to me. That's all right. We didn't get up to 300. We still got over 200 people. I don't know. Tell me what you want to hear if I'm boring you. Tell me what you want to hear if I'm boring you. Sorry. I'm trying to educate all of you. Good googly muggly. It's taking a long time for this to pop up. Boston, what did you do to my machine? All right. What's moving? We move this over. 8 point. Wow. Retail drugstores. Let's go view the stocks in here. Let's go see what I want to put in my list today. Retail drugstores. Any one of these I want. Graph them all. 1 month graph. I don't want that. I don't want CVS. I don't want that. I don't want that. Man, the industry is moving, but I'm not feeling the stocks. All right. Let's go to the next one. ETF shorts. Wow. ETF shorts are pulling back though. ETF shorts are pulling back. I still am holding mine. I'm not really comfortable about the market moving up. I'm watching the pullback for today. I'm still holding. ETF shorts are still towards the top of the list, but look at that. Much higher last week. Transportation ship, much higher last week. Healthcare nursing homes, on the other hand, is bumping up. Let's view the stocks in there. Now, I'm not telling you not to play the shippings. All right, let's go see if there's anything in here that I want. All right, I'm trying to find what industries are moving and what stocks are moving those. Interesting. MSG, I like the move coming off support. I'd like to see the 3.8 cross. I'm not seeing that. Here's one, BKD. All right. Hey now, you're an all-star. That one is, I needed to break through that level of resistance. I needed to break through. No, I'm not feeling that. No. Holy smokes. I'm not feeling really warm and fuzzy about these industries that are moving. That's kind of poopy. But if you notice, even with today's up day, a lot of these industries are falling from last week. That's still a sign that I'm still not super bullish in the market right now. I ain't got no stocks in there that I really, really like. All right. Let's do some speculative plays. MPI, I got to search for the MPI 1 day optionable. Only found 2 stocks that I liked for you. Still holding some ETF shorts as well, waiting to see if the trend on the sticky inflation continues. I'm with you, Ramor. All right, Tesla Investor Day could pop the market higher, led by Tesla making short-term high of 220. Man, you know something? Tesla is a stock that could move the NASDAQ. Remember, the NASDAQ is what's moving the most, right? The NASDAQ is what's moving the most. And if Tesla can keep pushing higher, the NASDAQ will still keep moving higher. You sent it to me on Facebook. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. System doesn't recommend buying. Well, at the particular point in time, you know, on Mondays, I like to talk a little bit more about market timing, but what does our system say? For those of you who are not subscribers to the VectorVest system, VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time. Absolutely. Right on it, Francisco. Are we entering a long-ranging period? You know, I don't know how long I can say is long. I'm not going to say that. So I know that we're not in a trending market. Or are we starting to get to a trending market that's a trending market to the downside? All right, so if I go back to the market timing graph, We are trending. I'm not saying that this is a ranging Amar. Look at this. I got more of a consolidation, trending lower from the high. Someone said a higher low, and it is a higher low. All right, so put those two things together, downtrend from the high, from this low, a higher low. What does that make? A wedge. What am I looking for? A breakout in either direction. So I'm not going to say this is a long ranging, and I don't think it's going to be long term. I think that it will go in one direction or another. All right, one direction or another. And I've got the wedge on all of my live streams. I will continue to watch this wedge to see where we are and to see possibly what direction. All right, so for every live stream, this is going to be up. For every live stream, this is going to be up, and it's extended line, so it will automatically draw on it on a new day. So we'll watch that. Make sure you're here for every live stream. All right, let's go back to the viewers. Those are the only two that I've got for short-term trades. And I put this on a 1 month. This is the only two. Costs, I like coming off a level of support, and it's petroleum. Coming off a level of support, 3-8 cross, went through a level of resistance. It's going to test it now as a level of support. A little wick, but the body's much bigger than the wick. The volume is rising. I like this. It's relatively inexpensive. Before I buy it, though, I would most likely wait for the stock to break through that level of the 1 month high, sitting at the value of about $8.55. We're only about 15 cents away, all right, before I pull the trigger on that. Same thing with BGCP. Financial brokers love coming, beautiful level of support. 3-8 cross today. This was an earnings play. Yep, earnings play. Broke through a level of resistance. Wick at the top. The body's much bigger than the wick. I still like the play, but I would look for, if I'm getting into it, let's go take out that high of $4.83, about 20 cents away. All right, so those are my only two shorter term play stocks. My MPI, or near perfect indicator, for 3 days. These are more so for swing trades, so I'm going to put these on a 3-month graph. For those of you who are still looking for stocks to swing trade, AAON, not really bottom left to top right. A lot of give back today. The price has fallen below this level of resistance. Even though it met the criteria for the MPI, I probably wouldn't take it today. All right, I'm not feeling that. Man, I do like MPC, a lot more of a ride back and forth, back and forth. I like coming off of this low. I do like coming off of this low. Look at that level right there. It's moving up higher. The 3-8 cross recently. I like this move coming off of support. All right, I do like this move coming off of support. I'd like us to take out at least this level of resistance right here. Good level of 135.43. Even a better level for more confirmation of 143. That's a $10 difference. So I'd like to see if we can break through that level. Or you can be aggressive and jump on board now because the 3-8 just crossed. You can do that, and it's in an uptrend. If you do that, though, profit target sitting at 135. All right, profit target sitting at 135. What else is in here? Wow, PLX. Look at that move, almost parabolic. Was that an earnings play? Yes, almost parabolic. Love that the 3-8 crossed a few days ago. Be careful with it. Big wicks, it could be ready for a pullback, but the volume is there. Just be careful. That was an earnings play. What else is in here? PR, a lot more volatility in here. Earnings play a few days ago, now hitting a 1 month high. Very little wick at the top. I wouldn't mind that as well, but it's very volatile. And SJT, a stock that we've talked about a lot here on live streams. I've played this several times and made money. Beautiful hammer formation followed by the 3-8 crossing, breaking through 2 levels of resistance. Bada boom, bada bing. This is why I always look for stocks that are breaking a 3-8. All right, and I watch them. Those are great stocks. And look at that, even here, 3-8 cross, boom, 3-8 cross. All right, so I love looking at, in fact, you know, you can do that anywhere that you've got a system that'll give you scans. I like the 3-8, but how about the 3-8 with rising volume? You can plan these, you can time these. All right. today's big movers, all right, for those people who are like, man, I just want to talk about what's moving on today. CFRX, I don't know what the news is on this. Let's go view the stock news. I probably took it. There it is. Good. What's the stock news on this? It's up 53%. 2 months ago, pivotal bacterial infection. Let's go see press release. I don't think I got any real news. Anybody got any news on this? Nothing I can find. I can find news. I got a lot of sources to find it. Did anyone mention that Steve sold all your contras in the... did he really? Sigh. I wouldn't have done that, but listen, he today was his day. Today was his day, and if he sold them all, he sold them all. I'm not bullish in this current market's conditions right now. I'm just not. Badger, why would you even put me in that state of mind to just know that he did that? Why? There's nothing bullish about this market, and it's all right, because in my real world, I still got... I'm crying a little bit, so I don't want everybody to see that. Thank you, Badger, for bringing that up. Anyway, I'm still holding my contras, and they're holding it for me. What are your thoughts on scheduled ETF? What is SC? Is that an ETF? SCHD. In steady growth, dividends, and diversification for beginner, has little money to start. We'll talk about little money to start. Knight, I got a video coming out for you this evening. I'm going to see if we track that. We're going to see if we track that when I go look at your stocks. How many of you are in... I'm really mad at you, Badger. I want you to know that. I'm really mad at you. All right. It gives you another chance to play your office short. Oh, does it? All right. So Steve sold my contras today.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Up there. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You just wanted me to play that, so that was good. We're gonna have more of those. We're gonna have more of those. There's a couple. I wanted that one. I specifically wanted that one, but there's going to be a couple others that we're going to get as well. There's going to be a couple others that we get as well. All right. What was I talking about? Oh, what was the news? I don't have any news on CFRX. I don't know what's making it go up 94%. Anybody got the news on it? I don't know. I couldn't find anything short term to find it. Fisker's up. We know why Fisker's going up. Thank you. Now you can finish it off with a song from your heart. Maybe later. All right, Fisker, we know about. Opera is going AI. All right, so talking about that, AI. How many of you feel strong that AI has got some upside? Type of 1. If you feel that this is a passing fad, type of 2. All right, how many of you feel that AI has got some upside? Type of 1. If you feel that this is a passing fad, yeah, we're going to get some Seinfeld up in here. I think we're going to get some Seinfeld up in here. Type of 2. I want to see where everybody stands. Now, for everybody, I ain't judging everybody who types a 2. I think that I honestly feel that the future is today with the AI. I really, really do. Now, am I trying to change your minds? Nope, because you either are going to like it or you're not. I've given some good content on the case why I don't think that it's a passing fad, but it's up to you. All right. John says, AI Glenn can pick some great stocks. Do you really want me to do this again as AI Glenn to tell you what stocks that you should pick as AI stocks? Well, if you are looking for stocks that are cheap AI stocks and you feel that AI is still good for you, then watch tonight's video at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. this evening, I will give you 7, that is right, 7 AI stocks that you can make money on that are dirt cheap and what they do and why I like them. So tune in, make sure at 6 p.m. to this evening that you look at these stocks and you might like them. All right, there you go. All right, so AI in medical, yes. AI in education, AI in safety, AI in business, AI across the globe, folks, is freaking awesome. All right, now, again, it could be a passing fad. I don't think that it is. I really don't, especially as you see it getting more immersed in a lot of different things. Now, I am creepily optimistic because it starts that, machines can take over the world. We've seen what's the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Dag nabbit, I'm telling you, Terminator, all right, that's the scary part of it. That really is the scary part of it. I cannot wait to hear AI Glenn sing and do Cafe Bustelo commercials. Yeah, I don't know if AI Glenn is going to sing. But tonight's video is going to be on 7 cheap AI stocks. And I'm going to argue a case because of what they do, why you need to keep them on your radar. Make sure you watch tonight's 6 p.m. video. All right, make sure you watch them. Terminator coming soon to a house near you. He ain't coming to my house. I got too many deterrents. How about that? Because a lot of people don't like, I got too many deterrents for the Terminator to come to my house. We are a long ways from sentient AI. Chris, are we? I'm scared. I don't know. Are we? I don't know. Yes, I agree, Jersey guy, but there's hope for AI. I'm a big fan. I like AI makes mistakes too. Something, it's still learning. Watch out for deep fake Glenn. All right, listen. This is a non-judgment zone. I think that AI has got some legs. You may not, and I'm okay with that. This is a place where we can disagree and still be friends. Roger says AI is not going away. I was using it, Prolog language, to write diagnostic programs for missile 40 years ago. Wow, Roger, you're old. I had to put the laugh in there. Man, you were, I think that it's been around. And as Roger's stating, it's been around. So it's not something that's really, really brand new, but it's being brought to the forefront. It's being brought to the forefront. All right, tell you what I'm going to do. All this other stuff, I'm going to look at some of your picks today. I'm going to look at 7 to 10 of your picks. Let's do that. Geo, Nat, SCHD. I got one. There it is. We do have it. What other stocks you got? Coin? Ugh. Really? Anwar? I'm not judging you. I might be judging you a little bit. TNK. All right, I got that. Anwar, I may be judging you, but I'm judging you in a loving way. All right. DVN, TSLL for Tesla, the long side of it. Builder, we're a long way from sentient citizens too. Wow! That hurts. How many stocks today? I need 2 more. AZTA, APPH. Oh my gosh, that was funny. That was funny. I will look at LNG. LNG made a big move recently. I got a couple of videos on that as well. Looks like everybody is talking about parabolic stocks falling. Be careful with that. Be careful with those. All right, let's go peep these out real quick. Looking at them by VST, shipper at the top of the list, followed by Tesla. That's on the bullish side of Tesla, up 5.38%. This is a cheap way to play Tesla, folks, especially to the upside. If you like Tesla, $12.73 is an ETF. That's a cheap way to play Tesla. Builder is up there, LNG is up there, and Devon Energy. 2 energy stocks that have VSTs above 1. Now, you wanted me to look at the dividend ETF. So let me go look at that individually. Let's go look at that on a 6-month basis. Do I like it? I liked it back here in early October. All right, since then, though, I'm not feeling it yet. I've got a solid level of support. Who asked me about SCHD? Type it in the room. It's got a nice level of 74.83, and it's in a channel. It's in a deep channel. All right, until it can get out of this channel, the only way I would look at it is it would be a trade. I'd play the bounce off support. There you go, night. I would play the bounce off support. My profit target would be this level of 78. It's in about a $3 channel. So right now, I like it as a trade. I'm even going to put this on a 1-year graph. Oof. Night. This is, right now, that's what I look at. I'm not feeling it long term. I'm not feeling it long term with the current analysis that I see. All right, so that's my answer to you. All right, let's go look at the rest of the stocks. What's going up the most? What's going up the most? The Tesla stock, both tankers. Again, look at that. Builder, coin. Coin is barely going up. Let's go take a look. I'm not a fan of crypto. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I still think we're going to stay in a crypto winter. Look at the day today, nicely moving up. I'm not going to, I can't deny that. Let's go put this on a 1 month graph. Nope. Put it on a 3 month graph. Nope. Put it on a 6 month graph. Nope. Put it on a 1 year graph. Nope. So coin, don't get stuck, don't get stuck on the 1 day. Don't get stuck on the 1 day. Hey, it's going up. Great. But if I'm trying to hold this, there's nothing's telling me that it's good to hold. Who gave me coin? Who gave me coin? I'm looking. Anwar, does that make sense to you? All right, it's going up today, but do you want to hold it beyond today? It's your choice. I just showed you all the way through. All right, let's go look at my tankers. Couple of them. Let's go look at the rest of everything. All right, to include that. Oops. Let's go look at all of them. Let's go look at all of them. Right click, view the stock graph. Put all of these on a 3 month graph. Tesla play. I like the update today, but also sitting in the channel, I'd wait to see if it can break outside of that level of the high. Wow, the shippers, man. The shippers are just, how many of you are playing shipping stocks? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you, and over, I get asked about the shipping stocks. I like them. TNK, again, I got to find out the difference between TNK and what was the other one? How many of you are still, some of you are still holding shipping stocks. I like them. All right. I do like them. And then my next one is Nordic. Look at the big move today. No wick at the top. I like them both. Nordic, though, I like even better because I can buy this today. With no wick at the top. I'm loving the shipper companies. And then I got Diana Shipping. There's a lot of shipping companies out there. Builder, a little bit of a pullback. You know something? I'm thinking about getting into Builder. Let's wait until I can break through this downtrend. All right, let's see if I can break through this downtrend first. Look at today's wick. Almost did break through it. Didn't stay there, though. I'm looking to see if we can break through that downtrend. All right, Larry says Vikings now no shipping. Yes, they do. Mark says VectorVest said, hey, have a good day, Mark. Thanks for being here, my friend. Thanks for being here. I really like to see another wedge. Look at this. There's another little wedge thing going on right here. I'd like to see it break out of that wedge. I'd like to see it break out of that wedge before I go buy it. How about that? Next stock, coin. Again, nice move today. Nice move. It's not even a nice move today. Anwar, it's not even a nice move today. I'm not feeling it. The 3 and the 8 end of day, still negative. And it will give you an opportunity when the 3 does cross above the 8, but I'm not feeling that right now. LNG, big gap up, a little bit of noise here. Yeah, I like that. Was that an earnings play? Yep, that was earnings play. It must have did well at earnings. Nice open candle. Notice that the 2 most recent candles are not outside of the big candle for earnings. Stock's got to get out of its own way. All right, after consolidating, stock's got to get out of its own way. It might have done well on earnings, but the stock's price is not showing you the fruits of the labor. And there you go, night. Look at that. I love the idea of what it does, but it's definitely in a channel. It needs to get out of that. Thank you, Walter. I appreciate that, my friend. Walter says, great session, Glenn. I appreciate that. All right, so on this one, it's good for a trade. Bounce off support and pull back off of resistance. All right, what else did you give me? Bad earnings, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Nick come? I'm not feeling that. And that deserved crickets. That definitely deserved crickets. Yeah, it may look good today, but no. It's got to get past that level of resistance. Geo, not feeling that, and it's just going lower. AZTA going lower. If any of these give me any inclination of moving up, I need the 3 to go up back above the 8. All right. And APPH, love this stock. I personally did a video on this. I love this stock. Pulled back. I'm not feeling it right now. And that's the difference between loving a stock and being in love with a stock. I have never been in love with a stock. Everybody knows. Everybody type in the room. What's Glenn's favorite stock? Type it in the room. Everybody who knows me knows what Glenn's favorite stock is. All right. And as you see it come up, I love that stock, but I'm never in love with that stock. And I know when to hold them and when to fold them and when to walk away and when to run. But APPH did well, and then it didn't. That was a good point to get out right there when the 3 went below 8. That was it right there when the 3 went below 8. That would have saved you all of this heartache. All right. Right now, if I'm looking, I love what they do. Ooh, Chris puts up another one. Man, that's not my favorite. Apple is still my favorite. Apple is still my favorite. It may do again. I love what they do on paper, but I need the 3.8 to go back up. All right. I'm a little longer than I wanted to be, and that's fine. Today, I wanted to look at some of your stocks. This is the beginning of the week. I wanted to look at some of your stocks. Glenn, do you sell covered calls on your Apple shares? It all depends on how long-term I do want to hold Apple. And I will sell covered calls. And I do this every so often. I'll buy a leap on Apple. And if I do buy a leap on Apple, then I'll sell the covered calls on the leap. But right now, I'm not even leapy. Right now, I'm just not trading Apple. But I've done that on several occasions to hold Apple at a lower price by way of a leap, and then I'll sell the covered calls against it. You got it, Anwar. And Anwar, please do not think that I'm picking on you, man. I always love to look at your stocks. I may not agree with the picks, but I will always give you my honest opinion based on the analysis on every pick that you get. Glenn, can you look into Blink for a minute? For a minute. I'll do it for a minute, and then we got to go. All right, and then we got to go. What else? Put that up there. I did news on Blink not too long. Look at where it sits by VST. Towards the bottom of the list, overvalued. There was something that was just going on with Blink. I liked the news behind it. Put this on a 1-month graph. Man, the news wasn't enough to keep it going. The stock is still going down. And that's the difference between news and noise. That's the difference between news and noise. News can push a stock up, but it doesn't turn into noise if the stock's graph can back it up. Does everybody agree with that? Yes or no? There is a difference between news and noise. News can push a stock's price up, but can it continue moving? Can the stock needs to confirm so that it doesn't become noise? Everybody agree with that? Type of 1 in the room. If you agree with that, type of 1. And therein lies a problem. All right, we always get caught up in, I love this stock long term. It's going to go up now, and the stocks. But then, does the graph confirm it? If the graph is not confirming it, folks, you can't fight the tape. All right, you can't fight the tape. All right, I gotta go. Thank you guys for being here. We almost got up to 300 people. Maybe Wednesday. Remember, every live stream, we're going to try to get 300 people here. All right, we're going to try to get 300 people. I need your help to do it. And then after we get 300, we're going to go get 400. And after we get to 400, we're going to get 500. Folks, people need to be educated on what's going on in the market. And that's what we do. We do the work, you reap the rewards. Folks, this live stream is over. So, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Okay? Bom dia. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.